Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to continue to talk about the special right triangles, which are the 45, 45, 90 and the 30, 60, 90 triangle. In class, I had talked about the 45, 45, 90, and I referenced a square. So I brought my 45, 45, 90 triangle from half of that square, and I pulled it out. And I came up with the relationships that when a leg is 1, the other leg is going to be 1. And then we did Pythagorean theorem to discover that the hypotenuse would be root 2. We're going to use this triangle and apply it to similar triangles that also have a 45, 45, 90 degrees in them. So I drew a similar triangle in class. And I'm going to show you how to use that similar triangle to solve problems that have 45, 45, 90 degree angles. I also wrote some formulas down. As you notice in a 45, 45, 90 that the legs are equal. So we could use that formula when we solve 45, 45, 90. Also, we noticed that to find the hypotenuse, you take the hypotenuse equals the leg times the square root of 2. So those are our 45, 45, 90 relationships. Then we looked at the 30, 60, 90 triangle. And I pulled a 30, 60, 90 from an equilateral triangle. Here's my equilateral triangle. And then I took that green triangle and I pulled it out. And remember I said I'll have that 30, 60, 90 triangle, but a lot of times I'll do this so that it looks like an equilateral triangle. And we came up with that all the way across here. This is 1, all the way across would be 2. So this hypotenuse would be 2. And then we did Pythagorean theorem to find the other leg, and we found out that would be the square root of 3. So then we drew a similar triangle here. I'm going to use this and apply that to problems. I would have a leg of 1, a leg of root 3, and then the hypotenuse is 2. That relationship exists in all 30, 60, 90 triangles. I also came up with some formulas. If you look at the short leg, because it's across from the 30 degree angle, this is my short leg. It takes 2 short legs to equal the hypotenuse. That's how I came up with this. And then my short leg times root 3 will get me my long leg. So again, when I go to solve my 30, 60, 90 triangles, I can use my formulas or I can use my similar triangles. Let's go ahead and look at our problems in our lesson. In the first problem, I have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So my choice is I can do similar triangles or I can use formulas. I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. In the similar triangles, I had a 1 here, a 1 here, and a root 2. So 1 and 8 correspond. So 1 and 8 correspond. I'm setting up my proportion, and then I've got my root 2, which is my hypotenuse, going with my hypotenuse in the other one. Cross multiply now. X equals 8 root 2. If I want to use my formulas, my 2 formulas that I had were leg equals leg and hypotenuse equals leg times root 2. X is the hypotenuse, so I'm going to use my hypotenuse formula. X equals, my leg is 8, root 2. I got the same answer both ways. You decide which way you want to solve these problems. Let's look at example number 2. Okay, I've got a 30, 60, 90 triangle. I can solve them using similar triangles, or I can solve them using the formulas. pull out my similar triangle. This is my 30, that's my 60. This is 1, this is 2, and that's root 3. So, short leg go together, 1 and 8. All right, I'm looking for the hypotenuse, y and 2. So 2 and y, cross multiply, 16 equals y. Now, I could have done this, people, drawn my equilateral triangle out there and said, hey, this whole side is going to be 16, equilateral triangle, all sides equal. So that's going to be 16 as well. That would have been quick and dirty. All right, now I need to find my x. There's my x. My x and my root 3 go together. Root 3 and x. All right, and then my 1. 1 comes from the root 3, so I put it across from it, and 8. So cross multiply, you get 8 root 3 equals x. If I want to use my formulas, I've got hypotenuse equals 2 short legs, and long leg equals short leg times root 3. This is my 30-degree angle. That will be my short leg. Across from my 30-degree angle is my short leg. 60 is the larger angle. Across from it will be the larger leg. So x is the larger leg. So I'm going to use this to find x. X equals short leg is 8 root 3. I'm getting the same answer I got the other way. Now I'm looking for y. Y is the hypotenuse. So y equals 2 short legs. My short leg is 8. So I'm getting 16 as well. So I did it both ways. I got the same answer both ways. Let's take a look at number 3. All right, I got another 30, 60, 90 triangle. All right, so I can do it by my similar triangles, or I can do it my formula way. If I'm doing it by my similar triangles, this is my 30, this is my 60, all right? So this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, that's going to be root 3. So I'm setting up my proportions. The 2 and 11 are the hypotenuses, so 2 and 11 are going to go together. And then my root 3 and my y are going to go together. That's the long leg. That's the long leg. So I'm going to have my root 3 and my y. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. I'm going to get 2y equals 11 times root 3. I'm going to divide by 2. Y is 11 root 3 over 2. Now if I wanted to, I could do that equilateral trick here, people. So this whole thing is going to be 11. So this is going to be 5.5, which is fine. I'm working with the formulas now. If you don't know the formulas, it's hypotenuse equals 2 short legs, and long leg equals short leg root 3. Now I just found the short leg here, people. Do you realize that? That's my short leg, because across from the 30 is the short leg. Across from the larger angle is the long leg. Why is the long leg? So I'm going to have to use my long leg formula. I already got my short leg using my equilateral trick. So now I've got long leg equals 5.5 root 3. Now when you look at that, you're saying, wait a minute here, no, that's not the same answer. It isn't. You can't have decimals and radicals, so I'm going to make this be an improper fraction, which is first off 5.5 root 3, and then now I'm going to take 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11 over 2 root 3. So I'm getting the same thing, just a different way to do it. Let's look at number 4. All right? In this problem, it's 45, 45, 90. The legs are going to be equal, and they have x and x there. So if I want to do it by similar triangles, I'm going to draw it right here. That would be a 1. This would be a 1. That would be a root 2. So if I'm doing similar triangles, I'm going to put my hypotenuses together, root 2 and 16. And then I'm going to put my legs together, which is a 1 and an x. Cross multiply, x root 2 equals 16. Divide by root 2, x equals 16 over root 2. This is why we did our radical work. Multiply by root 2, multiply by root 2. X equals 16 root 2 over 2. Reduce that, and you're going to get 8 root 2. Now, if you want to use your formulas, it's hypotenuse equals the leg times root 2. Your hypotenuse is 16, so you write 16 in hypotenuse. The leg is what you're looking for, so it's x, root 2. So do you guys see here? I'm coming here. I'm going to be right here. See that? I'm getting the same equation. So I'm getting 16 over root 2 is x. Multiply by root 2 again. That's 16 root 2 over 2. And I'm going to get 8 root 2. All right, let's talk about last problem. Okay, I'm looking for the hypotenuse here. So if I want to do similar triangles, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 1, that's going to be root 3, it's a 30, this is a 60, that's a 90. Match your corresponding parts. The hypotenuses go together, the 2 and the y. The root 3 and the 9 root 3 would go together. Now look at this, guys. You know, if I were to cover this up and just focus on this here, couldn't you cancel those? That would become a 1 and that would become a 1. So really now I got 2 over y equals 1 over 9. Cross multiply, y equals 18. If you want to use your formulas, the formula method, you got hypotenuse equals 2 short legs, and you've got long leg equals square root of 3 times your short leg. You're looking for your hypotenuse, so you got to use your hypotenuse formula. You need the short leg in order to do that formula. I don't have the short leg, so I really have to work with that formula first. So I've got my long leg. This is my long leg because it's across from the 60. 9 root 3 equals root 3. I'm looking for my short leg because I need my short leg for hypotenuse. Divide by root 3. Divide by root 3. Cancel. 9 is the short leg. Now you can use this formula. Hypotenuse equals 2 short legs. Hypotenuse is y equals 2 times 9. Y is 18. So I've really done these problems using the similar triangles, and I've also used the formula. So you decide what works well for you. I'll see you in class tomorrow.